Alright, we're here for match number 4. We won the roll. I feel like this hand is fine. I can curve Swords to Plowshares into Scrib into Knight, so I'm going to keep it. And we have a basic plains to avoid getting wastelanded too much. Alright, probe. If we're playing against Storm, this is a very bad hand. But we make up for it by bringing in a lot of really good cards for games 2 and game 3. Looks like our opponent might just do the old turn 1 here. Now, if he just does a big empty the Warrens, we can actually beat that with Stoneforge and a Batterskull. Of course, he probably won't do that, given the chance. Oh, okay, so he is playing TES. Think he can probably just... Well, he can't cast a Tendrils now, and he doesn't actually have much fast mana. We'll see what he gets. We'll see what he gets. Okay, ad nauseam. Very interesting. He could just kill himself off of this ad nauseam too, that's always an option. Alright, Petal. Rite of Flame, Rite of Flame. That's 3 mana. I think he needs to find one more source of mana. To be able to at least make a bunch of goblins. Oh, he already had one floating. That's right. Okay. So now we just have to beat a bunch of goblins. If we draw a Stoneforge Mystic, we can maybe do it. I'll probably name Swords to Plowshares. Okay. Not that it really matters because he has such a high storm count, but I can Swords to Plowshares one of his goblins. May as well, right? So now we hope and pray for Stoneforge into Batterskull. But, you know, I think even Stoneforge into Batterskull doesn't save us at this point. We're only at 20 and he has 23 goblins. But that's okay. We have a lot of really good cards in our sideboard for this matchup. And we can bring in our Zealous Persecutions. That was close though. That ad nauseam almost wasn't good enough for him. Alright, we'll scoop it up. So, I'm going to bring in the Zealous Persecutions, I'm going to bring in the Gaddock Teagues, the Othersworn Canonists, and the Thoughtseizes. Don't think we need any Swords to Plowshares, so we'll cut that. I like trimming a Stoneforge Mystic. Maybe we'll trim a Jite, even though Jite can be pretty good against Empty the Warrens, but Zealous Persecution is even better against Empty the Warrens. Scrib Ranger, I really don't know how good it is. It can help us ramp into more Hate Bears, I guess. Love the Phyrexian Revokers. Aether Vial might actually be cuttable here. I think I can actually leave the Stoneforge in the Jite and just cut the Aether Vials, because I don't think we really need the Aether Vials for this matchup. So I'm going to bring in these cards here. I'm going to cut these cards here. And I think I'm going to cut one. I'll just cut one Stoneforge Mystic. And I think that's fine. Yeah, the vials are really more for creature matchups where you have a long enough time to use them and against decks with counter magic. So we're going to play first. This hand is great. Turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 Thalia or Phyrexian Revoker, depending on if he makes us discard something. Definitely going to fire off the Thoughtseize now because these Storm decks can go off very quickly. So he's got Brainstorm, Burning Wish, Therapy, Mox, Ritual, Tutor, Underground Sea. I'm going to take the Infernal Tutor because I think that lets him win the most easily of the cards that we saw. Alright, Blind Cabal Therapy. We'll see what he names. He might name Thalia. Yep. Alright, he hit our Thalia. We can play Phyrexian Revoker and name Chrome Mox. That's one option. Or we could name Lion's Eye Diamond to try and prevent him from doing anything too crazy if he draws into like Lion's Eye Diamond and does some stuff like that. Alright, Deathrite Shaman. I'm gonna get a Bayou. And I think I'm gonna play Phyrexian Revoker. And even though he has a Crow Mox, so what can he do with the cards he has left? He's already played Cabal Therapy, Underground Sea. Yeah, I think I'm going to just name Lion's Eye Diamond anyways, even though he has a Crow Mox in his hand. Alright, he casts his Brainstorm. It was pretty lucky for him that I had Thalia and not Gaddock Teague or Ethersworn Canonist in my hand, but, you know, that's just how it goes. Most Maverick lists play for Thalia, so can't really blame him for that. The rest of our hand doesn't do much, though. I mean, at least Kasali Pridemage helps add to the clock with his Exalted. And Deathrite Shaman can stop potential Past in Flames type stuff, so we'll see. We'll see what happens. This isn't the best. Seems like he might be trying to go off right now. So it looks like he must have found some good stuff with his Brainstorm. Alright, empty the Warrens. We can beat this. I realize now I should have cut Jite instead of that 4th Stoneforge Mystic because getting a Stoneforge into Batterskull is one of the best ways to beat the Goblin tokens. Of course, we can play a Deathrite Shaman next turn, which helps block some Goblins and can even gain us some life. So his one card left in his hand is a Burning Wish. Thalia's pretty good. Because it can block multiple times and not worry about dying to the Goblins. And I like that Thalia also might cut him off of other things down the line. So we take 9, we go to 8. Let's see if we can turn this around here. Alright, not the worst. Hopefully I can find a Zealous Persecution or Stoneforge Mystic soon. But at least we've managed to contain his goblins a bit. If he attacks now, then we go to 2, but we can start gaining life with Deathray Shaman. I'm going to block with the Mother of Runes here as well. That was a good draw, because now we can play our Kasali Pride Mage and gain life with Deathray Shaman. Which I think was actually pretty crucial, and it had to be a non-fetch land too, otherwise he can swing for lethal. Now we exile to not die. And he's left with only 3 goblins to my 3 blockers. I'm going to play my knight. And I'm going to attack with the Pride Mage. I need to start clocking him. Another Pride Mage, that's pretty sweet. I think I'm going to wasteland his Underground Sea first off, just to try and take away the possibility for him doing a bunch of stuff into a Tendrils of Agony. Let's see, Knight swings for 6. I'm going to swing with the Knight. He'll probably chump block, yeah. Now I have plenty of blockers and Deathray Shaman to gain life. I should probably be leaving my Bayou untapped because, you know, just to be able to exile something from his graveyard if he does some sort of weird Past in Flame stuff. Alright. I think I've reached the point where I can feel comfortable attacking with a few more creatures here. And I can start draining him with Deathray Shaman. I mean, I don't even have any more creatures to exile anyway, so... Maybe I should have blown up one of his Chrome Mox with the Kasali, or his Chrome Mox with one of my Kasali Pride Mages. Alright, we won that one. It was a little hairy, but we got there. I'm going to bring back in this 4th Stoneforge Mystic for my Jite. Jite is just going to be too slow. Sword of Fire and Ice can help clock him faster, which can... if I've disrupted him, it can really swing the game in my favor. I still like all of the rest of my cards, so we'll submit this. We can see if we can get there in game 3 on the draw, which can be pretty hard to do against Storm, but we're going to go for it. Alright, so we have a hand here that I'm going to keep. We have a Thoughtseize, and we have a lot of Hate Bears. We have 2 chances to draw a land, and our opponent's on a Mold of 6. If we brick on the land, we can just play our Deathray Shaman, so I think Alright, we hit a land, so I'm going to start by thought seizing him, and then if we can survive one turn, we can deploy a Hay Bear. So he's got Burning Wish, Tutor, Lion's Eye Diamond, Delta. I think Lion's Eye Diamond is the scariest card to let him keep here, so I'm going to take that. Otherwise, he's just kind of flooded on tutors now. I guess like the scariest thing for him to draw would be like Dark Ritual. So he Burning Wishes. He's got Tutor and Burning Wish in his hand. Okay, he gets a Massacre. That makes sense. So the question is, which of my Hate Bears do I care the least about? I think Thalia is the answer. So I'm just going to play my Thalia. He'll probably Massacre it, which he still has to pay 1 for, and then I can play other Sworn Canonist, which is pretty good. I'm going to Wasteland his Swamp. Now he can't even Massacre for free. That was a really good draw, that Wasteland was. So I think I can also afford to play a Deathrite Shaman. This might be a little greedy knowing that he has Massacre in his hand, but if he does Massacre, then I can follow up with Mother of Runes Canonist. I don't think they play more than 1 Massacre in their sideboard. So I don't think he could Burning Wish for another Massacre or anything like that. He's still choosing to not use his Massacre. Well, that's fine with me. I'm going to attack with Thalia and leave up Deathrite Shaman to drain him. He could be trying to save Massacre for a combo turn, but I don't think I can afford to run any more creatures out into Massacre. So I just have to kind of just keep swinging with Thalia and leaving up Deathrite Shaman until I can eventually play my Batterskull. I'd love to draw a Thoughtseize. Knight of the Reliquary is good because that's a clock that doesn't die to Massacre. So I'm going to exile my Thoughtseize to put him to 7. And I'm just going to F6 because nothing I can do now. So now my knight is lethal next turn. He pretty much has to win the game this turn, which is not outside the realm of possibility for Storm. So he needs to get to 8 Storm. Okay, empty the Warrens. I'm really not afraid of empty the Warrens because I have Batterskull in my hand. So I think I've pretty much got this locked up. I also have Mother of Runes in my hand, so I can just force through my knight the following turn. Oh my god. If I wasn't already going to win this match, Zealous Persecution. Just win on the spot. Well, that was pretty lucky for me. If he had been able to go for some sort of tendrils, I was already at 16, so he only needed to get to 8 storm to tendrils me. That was really lucky. See you guys for match 5.